It's Championship Sunday in the NSCRO Region 4 PacWest Championship. Today, the winners of the two semifinals, the Claremont Colleges and Cal Maritime, will do battle to take the lone spot left in the Final Four National Championship round, the NSCRO Small College Championships. Hello everyone, my name is Ray Veers. Today I'm joined by the busiest man in rugby in Southern California, Ray Egan. We're going to have a chat with Ray, looking forward to this game coming up in just a minute. Prior to kickoff, though, we've been able to catch up with the two coaches, and right now we'll introduce Jeremy Arnold, the coach of the Claremont Colleges. I'm with Jeremy Arnold, the head coach of the Claremont Colleges. And Jeremy, congratulations on making it to the championship game. Second year in a row you're here. What were some of the more memorable games on the way to this championship match?
Well, there's a few come to mind, not all of them necessarily good memories, Ray, but I think if you look at our performances during the season, our game at home against Long Beach State, you know, we moved up to D1 AA this year. They've won it the last 4 years in a row, and we took care of them at home. We made it closer than it should. We started with a 19-0 lead, ended up winning 22-19, but it showed what we were capable of doing, some really class opposition. And then I think if you look at the playoffs last week up at Santa Rosa, I mean, Maritime playing Santa Rosa, and then here at University, it's rugby, and you know, we've got to stay disciplined and follow our structures, and in large part we've done it. So that's why we're here today. And
this is becoming quite a rivalry between you and Cal Maritime University. How do you think things are going on that front?
Well, it's definitely becoming a rivalry. We love the program. We have a huge amount of respect for Steve Hyatt, for his staff, for his players. They carry themselves with class, and they always have. We owe them one. They took care of us 2 years ago, so for them to make it to the Final Four. Last year, we were hoping to have the opportunity to go against them again, and they lost in a bit of surprise to New Mexico. So I think this is destined, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
Excellent. Now, you had a big win yesterday against the University of Dallas. Second half was pretty straightforward, shall we say. Though there is certainly room for improvement in this side. What are you going to have to do to get up and over this very good Cal Maritime team?
Well, I think we have to focus on what we do well, and you clearly saw, Ray, for 23 minutes yesterday at the beginning of the first half, we did it really well. We stayed disciplined, we were in our structures. We didn't give up a penalty until over 20 minutes into the game. After that, it went a little bit downhill. We got on the wrong side of the ref. So if we can play for close to 80 minutes like we did the first 20, get into our pod structure, be disciplined on defense, make the chop tackles, make them work for every possession, try and starve them of possession, and probably really deliver a blow to them in the set piece, then I feel good about our chances.
Excellent. Good luck this afternoon. Championship round it is.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Jeremy Arnold there, the head coach of the Claremont Colleges. Now we catch up with Steve Hyatt, who handles the same role for the Cal Maritime Keelhaulers. I'm with Steve Hyatt, the head coach of the Cal Maritime Keelhaulers. Steve, congratulations for getting to the championship game here today. You've had some really good wins this year. It's been a great season once again. What are some of the more notable wins you've had to get this far in the competition?
Playing against St. Mary's Seaside was a great step because they're a fantastic program. We know their national reputation. Then a chance to play against the two-time defending D1 AA national champion UC Davis. Again, another great outfit. We have our usual game against the Cal Frosh Soft team, which is playing the juggernaut, playing the best of the best. And the scoreboard doesn't look nice, but it sure teaches a lot of lessons and sets a standard of where we can go and what we should shoot for. In league, Santa Rosa JC was tough as nails, and Sierra Foothills was strong. So those got us prepared for these big physical games against Angelo State, and today Claremont, another physical athletic team.
Well, this rivalry really has developed over the last few years between you and Claremont. Talk a little bit about that rivalry, and really there's not a lot in it between the two sides.
We really admire Claremont. They have a strong history of excellence. They have great athletes on their team. They pull from all walks of life, but they come into this program and then they're taught by the best. I played against Coach Scott Bracken back when he was at San Diego State and on back. I played with him on the All-Americans and the U.S. Eagles. He has a sharp mind. He matches that with Jeremy Ognall. They have a great structure here as an administrative program, as well as athletic ability, as well as the rugby. They go with a plan on the field. They know what they're doing. They execute it, and when they're executing, it's hard to stop.
Well, yesterday you got the win over Angelo State from Texas. Slow start, but you did come away with the game and sort of overpowered them towards the end. What do you think you need to do today, the keys to get up over this Claremont side?
We faced a tough side yesterday, and it's a tougher game today. Claremont's as big, if not bigger, and just more structured. If we let them play their game plan, we're going to be in trouble all day long. We've got to do something to offset them, to disrupt them, to not let them repeatedly get the gain line, to deny them that, because they're going to have their phases. So we need to figure out something to slow them down and make them question what they're doing. If they have no questions, we're going to be in trouble.
All right, well, good luck this afternoon. Championship round, Region 4. We'll be back with the start of the game in just a little while. A lot of respect there between these two coaches, two great programs with a burgeoning rivalry in the small college competition. I'd like to welcome in Ray Egan right now. Ray, you hail from Limerick in Ireland. That's a proud Munster man.
Very proud Munster man, yes.
And it doesn't really matter, though, when you're playing competitive rugby at whatever level you're at, whether it's Munster now qualifying for the semi-finals of the European Championships, or here today, Championship Day on a small college in Southern California, that passion and that desire to succeed just comes through in every game.
Absolutely. I think at every level, regardless of how high a level you're playing or how low a level, competition is competition. And these boys, both these teams have got great programs, and the level that they're playing at, they're pushing the boundaries and they're trying to get better all the time. So this is a big game for these two big programs, and there's a lot of competitors out there. There's a lot of fine players out there too.
Now, there is some real quality amongst both of these sides. Cal Maritime earned their way to this championship match with a 28-19 victory over Angelo State. And the Claremont Colleges, they defeated the University of Dallas by a score of 45-19 yesterday afternoon. So both sides did well yesterday. They had their ups and downs, but I think the right teams are in this final here today.
Yeah, I think these two programs probably have the greatest depth at the moment, and the coaching. They're getting really good coaching, and you can see that through their game. It'll be very interesting today. I think it's going to be very interesting to see the battle in the forward pack. I think these are two really good packs, set piece packs. And I think the game could be won in the trenches today. If either team can go forward, I think that could be the big difference,
Yeah, the battle of the back rows is going to be fascinating, because in both of the matches yesterday, both the Cal Maritime back row and the Claremont back row were dynamic. They really set the platform for both of those victories.
Yes, I think the way the game's going right now is that loose forward is really a loose forward, right? And their link between the forward pack and the backs is crucial. So here we go, kickoff happening.
And we are underway, championship game, Region 4, NSCRO Championship round. The PacWest Championship. Claremont kicked off. Cal Maritime secured possession, sends it downfield. That ball will stay in the field of play. Nick Gott, the fullback from Claremont Field, he'll get it inside. Good kick chase, though, from Cal Maritime. They got down there smartly. And the first penalty of the game, though, is going to go to Cal Maritime, not releasing the ball in the ruck. That kick chase was very effective. And that was a good start to the game. We'll see the fly half. Michael Makuru Tumusimi out of Uganda. Kick for touch, and he will find his touch. What a great attacking opportunity just a couple of moments into this game for Cal Maritime.
Yeah, two fine kicks out of the out half there. Good relieving exit off the restart, and then a good penalty here in the corner. It sets up a real good attacking line-out, full man line-out. Let's see how they do.
And that's the hooker, Shane Bracken, with the throw. Up they go. That's number 5. George Petrucci had a big game yesterday in the lock position. He brings it down. The maul is set. A little static, but patience is useful here. Got a bit of a shunt on there. Claremont's doing a pretty good job defensively off this maul. Now the ball's on the deck and he comes out. Tomasimi takes the tackle. In front of the post.
They might have a choke tackle up here in the front if they can keep them up.
Good defense there from the Claremont centers. That was Andrew Frick, and yes, they got the choke tackle up. Held in the tackle. If you can't release the ball in the tackle and you are held, that will be turnover ball. Scrum to Claremont. Good first defensive stanza. Correct, on the goalpost.
Yeah, that was good. That was good set up maul from Maritime. They got a good platform there. Just as you said, didn't get really any kind of go forward off it, which allowed the Claremont backs to get stuck into that 12 carry. Held up really well, and now we'll see how scrum time they do in their own 5. 2 good packs here.
That first scrum went down. Nothing untoward, just a little imbalance there, so we will re-scrum. Ball will be fed by the scrum half from Claremont Colleges, Rodrigo Mejias. Very busy player yesterday in their big win over the University of Dallas.
Yeah, a little info on him. He was a forward converted to a scrum half this year, so he's learning the role really well. I think he's kind of a forward scrum half for us. So one against the head there.
Popped out the Cal Maritime side of things. Won't be happy about that, Claremont coaches. Now it comes out. Loose pass there. Had to really get up over it. Huntsman juggles the ball. The skipper, Mike Otar, cleans up for Cal Maritime. We're going to have a penalty offside from referee John Neese.
Very good opportunist D there. They got off. Claremont got off the line really quickly, put their 10 under quite a bit of pressure. Loose pass, and then good foot rush there and good breakdown skills.
Take a look here. First kick for touch. That'll find touch. Brandon McDonald. The fly half for Claremont.
Yes, very good kick there. Probably got the bones of 50-60 meters there. Now Claremont having the attacking line out just inside opposition 10. Good attacking platform here. Now a chance to see what Cal Maritime's defence is up to.
Good opportunity. They go to the front of the line out. That's the lock. Paul Slats takes that ball down. The maul is set. Clayton Toe at the back. Having a look. They restructure and they drive on. Ball's on the ground. McDonald shifts it. It's an outside, standing tackle. Will be able to release that. McDonald looping around. Good tackle there. Comes in. Looks like an offside there, just not quite onside after that ball got released in the tackle there from the outside backs of Cal Maritime. So they're going to have their second penalty of the game. And Michael Makuru Tumasimi with the kick to touch.
Yes, just everything a little bit lateral there off the maul. Good takedown by Urban, good setup, but just the Claremont midfield there running a little bit of overs when probably straight was more the optimum line to do. Good relieving pressure here from Cal Maritime. So attacking setup again. We'll be interested to see if they go to the maul or play off the top.
Off the top, it was John Bulich. Links up with the skipper. Check that. Ricky Munoz in the centers. Hits it up hard. Playing advantage here. Offside once again. That ball comes loose. No advantage there to Cal Maritime. We're going to come across for the penalty. Offside in the ruck.
Well, I think it was not rolling away by Frick in the tackle there. I think that's what the referee was calling him for. You must make an attempt at rolling away. You can't just lie there with your hands out saying that you're not involved in play. You must make a roll. You must make an attempt to get out of that tackle situation.
Yeah, I spoke with both the referees of all of the games this weekend last night, and both were pretty critical of all of the teams with their ruck play. Just you've got to make that ball available, and you've got to promote positive rugby. And So far today, certainly in the earlier game, we saw a little bit of that, and that ball's gone right over the top, knocked on there, but it's going to be turned over to Claremont.
Right, a little bit of overthrow there. Claremont's quickest to react at the tail. A couple of good carries. Let's see where they go from here.
That's Frankie Reyes with that. That's going to be intentional knock on. As you saw that, he made no attempt at catching the ball. He went up in the air to knock the ball forward, so that's an intentional knock on. We're going to see another penalty to Claremont. A little scrappy at the beginning, both sides trying to find their way. And Ray, let me put a question to you right here as we wait for this kick to touch from Brendan McDonald. It has been said that you've got to earn the right to go wide. You've got to set up your center field here. They're going wide very quickly, both sides, and it's not working real well yet.
Yeah, it's a true saying. So earn the right to go wide really means that you must get your set piece correct. If your set piece is dominant, it can hold in the opposition pack. But then if you set midfield targets in terms of trying to hit up in the 10-12 channel, that allows as long as you're getting gain line, it allows your attack gain the advantage defensively because teams are trying to come around the corner.
Claremont, they retain that line-out ball, a little scrappy, but they retain possession. They're working now in their pods with their forwards. That's the tight head prop. Frankie Reyes hit that up. Little inside ball for McDonald. Finds one of the loose forwards there, drives it up. Good run there, good hard yards there.
Good couple of carries there, a little bit narrow, but...
Clayton Toe takes it up on the short side. We saw that yesterday. It's a tactic to this Claremont side to utilize the loose forwards short. Now they come up. Building some pressure, McDonald finds his winger. That's Gator Adams. Had a bit of a knock yesterday, didn't see out the game yesterday, but cleared to play this afternoon. That's the inside center, Andrew Frick. McDonald helping out there in the ruck. Little dart off the edge of that ruck from Rodrigo Mejias, the halfback. Now the forwards will hit it up.
Claremont need to move it a little bit wider from the ruck now. I think it's easy for Maritime to defend. They need to go a little bit wider channels here.
Mejia. McDonald steps, shows his, beats the defense, and he's under the post for the first try of the game. Brendan McDonald, little show and go, left foot step, and he's under the post. Claremont takes first points, 5 points to 0, kick to come.
Great little kick, or great little inside step there with Brendan McDonald. There's good pressure from Cal Maritime, and they're getting off the line quite quickly. But I think what Brendan did really well there was he just straightened up. He just ran straight and he was able to attack the inside shoulder. And then good leg drive, good fend in under the sticks. Great try.
Claremont had been working really hard through their forward pods, building solid pressure there. And then when the gap ensued right off the edge of the ruck, it was McDonald who was able to exploit that gap and take it in for the try. It looks like right now Brendan McDonald will be doing the goal kicking duties today. Claremont had to make 2 changes to their squad from yesterday's semi-final winning team. 2 players had a bit of head knocks, and they're both doing well. No problems there. They're all fine.
Yes, and believe it or not, they're 2 kickers. So
yeah, that's right.
This is Claremont's 3rd kicker. So a bit of one-on-one in the training paddock this morning in terms of kicking duties.
So Claremont take the 7-0 lead over Cal Maritime. We're about 14 minutes into this first half of the PacWest Region 4 Championship round, the NSCRO Championships, National Small College Rugby Organization.
Let's restart here now again from Maritime. Our out half here, Michael has been doing really well with his kickoff, so let's see if he can get some advantage again.
Fielded there by Clayton Toe.
Adams going a little bit lateral here. He needs to get a little bit more direct.
Good covering
great
tackle
there
there
from the winger.
Number 11, that's Chris Chesney with the tackle. Gator Adams needs to just straighten at some point in time. Going sideways doesn't really get you that far. There's a little stab kick ahead, a little chip kick. Bounce will be critical. Claremont's coming back. Good kick chase. Connor Lehner, the freshman. Here. Good pressure building here from...
very good kick chase.
And that's the number 8. Nick Urban takes it down the short side.
Yes, if Claremont can set one more piece here, they've got space to the left and wide. It's gone a little bit slow now.
McDonald just sets the ball up.
Allows Maritime to get their bodies on their feet, set up their defence.
Slow ball there, coming back. Pop there to number 3, Frankie Reyes has been very busy so far in this first half. Now they'll take it wide. Brings it back inside, that's Frick.
Good tackle there by Michael again.
And this is Omar Rodriguez, got the first try yesterday against the University of Dallas. Very mobile hooker. Now he comes up, finds
Paul
second partner Paul Slats, and now he comes up again. Reyes right in front, under the posts, about 5-7 meters out.
Here if they can
now they can move it out. Gator Adams pops it. Nick Urban's going to take the inside step. Did he get it down?
Interesting here to see. I thought he may have accidentally kind of knocked it on a little bit on the line, but the referee's given it.
Referee has given it. Try. Nick Urban, Claremont Colleges. Second try of the game to Claremont. They extend their lead.
Very, very good there, Ray. It all came from Gator Adams' carry. It was a little bit lateral, but he created an awful lot of go forward for them. And Frankie Reyes, a couple of good, neat little carries there from our loose head prop. Just what you want to see, that energy. Controlled the ball well, and then took the opportunity in terms of the space on the short side. Very much so. Claremont here got the upper edge. Be interesting after this kick. But Cal Maritime, you know they're going to come back. You know they're going to get a little bit of opportunity. They just need the ball.
And that one's pushed out to the left side of the upright. Score remains 12 points to 0. About 18-20 minutes into this first half of the championship round between Claremont and Cal Maritime. Now, for all the latest NSCRO news, be sure to visit NSCRO.org. You can like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com NSCRO Rugby, and of course Twitter at NSCRO Rugby. Lots to look after, lots to be seen and heard, so follow all the way to the final and the championship round to be played in Glendale. Comes back to McDonald, kicks downfield, not his best kick, straight to good dummy there. That looks like the number 9, CJ Ferrigno. They set the ball. Forwards will do a little bit of hard yards here with the halfback on the deck. And they just pick and drive on the left side of the ruck. They're good. Just taking in. Ferrigno. Little hole there. That goes out to the outside center, Sean Carroll.
Yeah, I think
set up a beautiful try yesterday.
Penalty advantage here for Cal Maritime, I think, for a high tackle.
Yeah, we're coming back here for the penalty.
Yeah.
Cal Maritime, Sean Carroll with the ball in his hands, but cooler minds will prevail, decide how they're going to handle this. Don't think they'll have a shot at goal from this range. They're going to go for touch.
Yeah, interesting. I would have thought straight in front of the sticks there was an opportunity to peg back a scoreline and bring it back to a two-score game, you know. But good control there from Cal Maritime. Controlled the breakdown really well. Almost got a bust through in the midfield there on the 2-on-1, but sets them up with a great attacking opportunity in the 22 here now.
Line out set. Hooker Shane Bracken with the throw. Goes to the center.
They go to the maul again.
Quicken set. Got the initial shunt on. Claremont's got them going sideways though towards the touch line. Now it steadies. And it's out. And that's Ricky Munoz, the inside center. Good line. Good hard run.
10-12 switch. 10 goes for a little show and go himself. Well defended.
Now they go the short side. Not many numbers out there. We'll have to watch for isolation. Counter ruck there from Claremont. Now they're driving through.
Penalty,
and they're going to get the penalty for that.
Great counter ruck there. You said it, Ray. They got isolated, coming short side with Maritime, and then really good. Claremont did really well there, staying on their feet, coming through the gate, and forcing the player on the ground to actually handle it again, which the penalty was for, hands on the ground.
Brandon McDonald finds touch right about on the 40-yard line, Claremont territory.
Nearly took out our camera tower here. He's got good aim.
No, and conditions here this afternoon are pretty good for rugby. A lot of high cloud around today, but it's no chance of rain this afternoon. It'll be clear of the day, probably about 68 degrees. Beautiful conditions for rugby. Throws made. That's number 8, Nick Urban, controls the ball at the front.
Now they maul again, yeah.
That's Clayton Toe.
Good go forward.
Now it comes out. McDonald,
10's taking a carry there. Not really what you want to be doing with your 10, taking carries there. He's your brains of the operation.
A little isolated. Yeah, a little isolated there, but they were able to make it work. And that's the loose head prop. Colton Koss. Good pressure there, though, from the forwards at Cal Maritime. They got through there. The halfback had to do the cleanup work. And once again, Claremont are going through the phases with their forward pods. Just working the ball off the edge. That's the skipper, Sean Pine.
I think that might have been Colton Koss, actually, but they're going around the edges quite well. And that's obviously a tactic for them.
And that goes back to the wing. Chris Chesney.
Good little box kick there from Mayes again.
And that kick goes down the field. Nick Gott has got that covered. Want to bring it infield, which he does. Now he sets it up. Good little step there. Beats the first man, driving through the tackle.
Great counter-attack back into Maritime territory again now, so they set up their attack pattern. Knock on there by Slats.
And that's just a loose ball. Now they can go wide on the counter-attack quickie. Ricky Munoz, probably not the most advised kick, but he's finding good territory. Well done on the far side. The winger, Jonathan DeBarco. Got the whistle. We will see what the...
So that's a yellow card there for Conor Lehner. Didn't really see what happened there, but obviously he stopped a try-scoring opportunity. Great hands there by Bullich in terms of the pick-up, the big number 8. Fantastic hands there and just in picking that up and setting that attack there to the right.
So Conor Lehner's going to spend 10 minutes right now in the sin bin. Could have been it looked like it may have been a little high with DeBarco coming down, trying to get down onto the ground, getting low for that ball. Anytime contact's made with the head nowadays, it's an automatic penalty. And it's up to the referee's discretion whether to go with a yellow card or potentially a red card.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to stay away from shoulder and head height completely. Not straight. Not straight,
so we will have a scrum set. Claremont gets the feed, and as we were speaking earlier, it's so important to get those set phases. You're into the red zone. You haven't been there for a while. You just got to get those phases right.
Oh, it's crucial if you're trying to build any attack. The game's gone fairly continuity based, but it comes back to the bread and butter. You need your set piece to really give you a platform so you can attack off. Just missed opportunities really when you kind of get into the green zone here. Crooked in the lineup. Good scrum from Claremont there.
Good ball is stripped there away. There's an opportunity out wide. Chesney takes the tackle. That was high.
Yes, again, I think Claremont getting a little sloppy in terms of their tackle technique. They're going that fraction high at the moment. They need to bring those tackles down.
The option for the sideline puts greater pressure under Claremont. They not quite on the 5-meter line, but they're not far away, probably about 7-8 meters from the Claremont line. The scoreline right now, 25 minutes into the first half, Claremont leads after 2 tries, 12 points to 0. But Cal Maritime's in an excellent position to attack off of this line-out throw.
Yeah, they've used them all the last 3 times, so it'll be interesting to see if they go to the maul again in the 4 slot.
Now the drive is on.
A little bit high in the drive, but they're still, and stripped.
That's Clayton Toe. Loose pass there. They will knock the ball on, trying to get that ball up. Clayton Toe already in this game is having a significant impact, both in the loose play and in the set phases.
Yes, very, very good athletically, big in their sevens program as well. He's just got an engine. He's an all-round footballer. I think he could play in the centre as well if he needed to. But definitely, I'm sure Coach Bracken will be very upset there. Boys trying to play too much in their own 22, when probably just the hard yards was what they needed. Set a platform, build a kick out, relieve pressure.
Be an interesting option to see him in the centres. Certainly would create some problems for a lot of defences.
Good scrum
That's
here.
Bulic takes it up well over the gain line. Good strong run off the back of the scrum. Ferrigno. Now it goes out. Huntsman.
Good
Huntsman's got a good step. Saw that yesterday. He made some excellent runs. Now they're going wide. That's the fly half. And that's the first try to Cal Maritime. That's the fly half who had slid out of position. Michael Makuru Tumusimi with the first try to Cal Maritime. They're on the scoreboard now. 12 points to 5. Kick to come.
Yes, very good there from the scrum, right? They got a really good solid platform so they could release Bulic off the edge. He gets over the gain line and gets well past the gain line, which creates that direct running and allows them to go wide. Like we talked about earlier, if you get good penetration from your set piece and you get over that gain line, there's always space on the width. Very good cut back there from the winger to set up, to retain ball, almost got through himself. Really good score in the corner there from the out half from Maritime. Let's see if we can nudge on the 2 points for the extra.
And it'll be Tumusimi with the attempted conversion here. And as we saw yesterday, as the day goes on, the wind tends to pick up here at Parents Field in the Claremont Colleges. It's not too bad though right now. It's gone pretty still for this kick at goal.
Got a little under this one.
That'll fall short of the goalpost, so the score remains 12 points to 5. Just coming up on the 30-minute mark, the first half of this PacWest Championship game at the NSCRO Region 4. And Claremont will have the kickoff now. It certainly shows what Cal Maritime's capable of if they can sustain that pressure in the red zone.
Again, you can kind of see that a lot of their attack comes off that set piece, good set piece, and I think that's the key to their success. If they get good set piece ball, I think they're dangerous and at hand, and they like to go wide, and they've 2 very good wingers here that like to finish.
The ball's up. That'll go to the skipper, Mike O'Tear. Fields it, sets the platform. Ferrigno, kick to touch over the box. This is Neil.
Much better kick chase here from Maritime. They don't allow Gott to get any go forward.
McDonald acting halfback, just pops it back. They hit it up. Now the pods are set. This is the skipper, Sean Pine. They got him held up in the tackle. Will they be able to keep him up, or will he go to ground? And making it very difficult for him to get to ground, and that will be held up. Oh, not releasing in the tackle.
Yeah, that's a funny one, Ray. So when you're tackled or they try and hold you up there, you're deemed on the ground or the tackle's completed once your knee touches the ground. So Pine had his knee on the ground there. So Maritime must release the tackle before they go back to ball again. So just a little bit of an opportunity missed there from Maritime maybe.
Now that's one of those calls that even at You can have 30,000, 40,000 in the stadium. They don't understand that call.
And it's very hard. Not all the time. The referees don't all the time get the opportunity to see that too. So it's one, just understanding your laws of the game, right? And Pine did really well there. I think he knew he was going to be held up and under pressure, so he did well to get his knee on the ground. Good refereeing.
Omar Rodriguez with the throw. That goes right over the top of everybody.
Nice.
Little just scrappy kick through from the ground there. Cal Maritime out wide through their centre. Sean Carroll secures possession. Now it comes out.
They
got numbers.
They've got numbers on the
They
width
got
here.
big numbers. Oh, forward pass, an unforced error. John Bullich would be very upset at himself at that one, because they had 3-on-1 at the end of that line, and that is an opportunity gone begging for the Cal Maritime Keelhaulers.
Only thing there, I'd say, Ray, is I really like Maritime's intent to attack, right? So they saw space, they recognised it, and they went to it. Even in their own 22, they're looking for opportunities and they're looking for that space. So it's if they can make those passes stick, they're going to cause Claremont a lot of trouble.
No, the endeavour was there if the execution was not. That ball squirts out of the scrum. Nick Irvin, the number 8 from Claremont's back, but he's driven back in the tackle. Mike O'Tear, the skipper, Cal Maritime in there. Now it comes up. This is number 12, Andrew Frick. Started yesterday on the wing, moved into the centres for today. Brulich trying to get possession, and he has one possession over that ball, holding on, and that's a big relieving penalty there.
Yeah, good D.
Maritime.
Good D by Maritime. They knew Claremont were a bit narrow, so they were working on pick and goes. So they isolated the carrier, and they were there that little bit. Had to catch a ball there, just 1 second.
Yeah, Ray Egan, the hands are still there.
I catch a few, not many. I catch a few.
I'm glad you didn't leave it up to me to do.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah,
we work together.
That's what you're here for. As I said, folks, the busiest man in rugby in Southern Cal. What was it last year, Ray? You had Belmont Shore, you had the Southern Cal Griffins, you had the San Diego Breakers Pro team, and you were consulting out here at Claremont.
Yes. I put a few miles on the truck. Let's just say that. No, it's a passion of mine. Can never get enough of it.
All right, back to the live action. Maritime pick and driving through their prop, Keegan Steele.
Tackler must roll away here.
He's trying to get out of there, so he's making a fair effort, so we'll have play on. Good pressure up there on the defense. That ball's going to stay in the field of play. And that'll be placed over the try line.
Well done there by Gott. The temptation there sometimes is actually to pick it up and try a fly hack to relieve pressure, but he was patient, let the ball go into the in goal, touched it down, 22 out, relieves the pressure from a good well executed kick from the Maritime 10 again.
And the sin bin is now over for the Claremont winger, Connor Lehner. He's back onto the field now. Claremont at full strength. Not too much damage done to Claremont. They did concede one try, the 5 points, but they're now back at full strength as we await this drop kick from the 22-meter line. Mahea with the kick. Now it's up. And that's fielded midfield. Makuru Tomusimi. And got fullback. Nice mark there. Very safe, very clean. They'll have a free kick from the spot where the mark was caught.
Yes, good little kick. I think Tumasimi just kicked it a little bit far for it. And then Gott gets a safety to touch. He was very safe.
No problems there. And I do like the endeavour that Maritime's trying to bring into this game. The kicking game is good. They're putting some options on the table here. They're asking some quality questions.
Again, yeah, you see, they're a very good team. They recognise space quite well. Their execution at the moment isn't where it needs to be. But they see space and they're not afraid to use the boot, which is very effective, if you're not defending it correctly.
And that ball's over the top. Knocked on in the line out, though, by Claremont. I think we'll have it come back here for the scrum down.
So I think he gave it for not straight, because it would have been knocked on by Claremont there, I think. So not straight was the call. Again, just that set piece, letting them down in the green zone just when they're getting a little bit of an upper hand, you know. Claremont hopefully need to get a good scrum here. They got shoved off the last one, so that they can set away their exit.
There we go. That ball squirts out the back. Now it goes out to the
Adams
wing.
on the carry.
Gator Adams out on the wing. He's back on the wing. He was filling in the centers while the player was off in the sin bin. He's back on his wing.
Reyes, good carry again. I like him. He's an industrious prop on the carry.
That was Slats on the carry. Now McDonald with the left foot. Sends it deep. Huntsman has to track back. Gets back well. Kicks for touch. Evades the defense. That ball will stay in the field of play. Gott fields it at fullback. Beats the first man. Comes up to the second line of defense. Mejia,
Nice
strike
kick
down the middle. Will that roll though? Is it going to go too far, too far, too far? It is gone dead. We're coming back to the point of the kick. We'll have a scrum down to Cal Maritime.
Unlucky there. He saw the space. He knew the fullback had carried on the counter attack, and he knew there was space in there, just too much on it.
Hang on a sec. Check that. Going to have to take a look here at what happened here. It looked like from our angle the ball had rolled dead, but it appears that it may have been taken in.
That's a funny
Check
one.
that. Touched.
The referee gave a touch there, so we didn't see that race. So attacking scrum, right-hand scrum here for Claremont on the 5-metre line.
Yeah, one of the Cal Maritime players off the kick from the halfback Mejia touched the ball, so it went in over the dead zone line. Now it's Claremont attacking. McDonald pops it out to Frick, driving towards the try line. Defense is good. And they're going to get a penalty there right in front of the post.
Yeah, good scrum. You could see Maritime actually had lifted the Claremont front row. Claremont just got enough on it.
Clayton Toad off the quick tap. They want 5, they want 7. They had the opportunity of a guaranteed 3. Now they pick it out to the pod. The pods and the forwards are working it. Mejia, McDonald, Gator Adams. And Gator Adams is going to crash through for the try. Good ball there from McDonald. Gator Adams, sound secure, crashes over. And that extends Claremont's lead 17 points to 5. Kick to come. A little bit of luck played into that one, Ray, with the tip off the kick.
That's such a hard one for Maritime to take, because it looked like they were going all the way back to halfway for a scrum, and then 5-metre scrum. Then they actually got a good scrum as well, but gave away a penalty under the sticks, and Claremont opting to keep the ball tight. A couple of good carries and just controlling the ball, and then get it to their big man on the wing, Adams. And bust through 2 tackles to dot over the try. Huge turn.
No, he certainly had work to do to score that try.
Yes, he's as we say it in Ireland, he's as wide as he is tall.
A cube.
He's a cube.
And that kick's going to go off to the right-hand side of the upright. So coming right up on half-time, Claremont leads 17 points to 5. Now, NSCRO would like to thank USA Rugby for its support and recognition of NSCRO as an independent organization governing the small college national playoffs, as well as sharing similar goals for bettering the collegiate rugby experience.
Yeah, a big part of the game now here is particularly, when you start getting down to the cup rugby, just before half-time is a vital time. If Maritime can get a score to come back into this game, it kind of really sets up their second half. Same with Claremont. If they can get a score here before halftime, it could essentially put the game out of reach nearly.
And that was a mistake there from Claremont. This close to halftime, you just want to keep it in play, keep possession, bang it up there as
you want to
grind it out.
You want to play down in their half. You know, yeah, that's a soft little way of getting out over the touchline there. Again, it gives Maritime this set piece opportunity in the green zone. Let's see if they can execute and put a bit of pressure back on Claremont again. To go to
Bracken with the throw. They go off the top for Bullich. Tomasini
looking to go wide here. Big winger here.
Number 14, John DeBacco. Solid lad. Good counter ruck though from Claremont.
Turned over again.
They're able to maintain possession. And that's Connor Lehner being very busy there, putting a lot of pressure on. Glad to be back on the field. He's got a little bit of energy to expend after his 10
you got to hand it to Claremont. At the moment, they're winning these counter rucks on the floor. They're doing really well coming in through the gate. They're not giving away penalties. They're not looking for ball on the floor. They're just looking to counter-attack over, and they're catching Maritime with this isolation on the width.
Scrum's down. Nice low scrum, both sides.
Good shove on here from Maritime.
Good shove. Popped up the prop on the loose head side for Claremont.
Referee wants to let it play on. Maritime have turned it over. Again, there goes.
There's a knock on there by Claremont. So we're going to have a scrum reset once again.
Yeah, Maritime are turning the screw in the scrum now. Their loose head is doing an awful lot of damage.
Now Isaac Carroll, Shane Bracken, Keegan Steele. Pretty experienced group here for Cal Maritime. And speaking with Steve Hyatt, their coach, he's really liked the way this front row has developed over the course of the season. They're a good, strong group, and they really provide a platform for what they want to do.
Yeah, you can see it. I think the first couple of scrums, both sides are just trying to feel each other out. Maritime now, particularly as the half has gone on, the few scrums, they seem to be able to get an angle in there. Obviously, most coaches and referees would like them to drive straight, but they're understanding of their ability to actually start angling in and try and pop the opposition props, depowers the other scrum. So let's see if they can get it here. Bullich on a big wide arc pick.
Takes two defenders to bring him down.
He's a handful.
Now Tomasini gets it out. This is
DeBacco
on the wing.
Winger gets good penetration there, good gain line. Front foot ball. You're using the hands really well.
Little static there for number 4, Matt Myers.
Space on here and numbers on the left if they can go through.
That ball was behind, but we're coming back for the penalty. Looks like side entry. No, offside. Offside at that ruck.
Opting for the kick.
Wise decision there. Michael Makuru Tumasimi signals to the post. We're right on half time here, and an extra 3 points here will be very, very useful for the Keelhaulers.
Yes, the 3 points. I think early in the game, if you remember, they kicked to the corner, Maritime. So for me as a coach, when I go through it, I really, if there's points available, you got to go for the kick, particularly in these tight games and cup rugby. You got to take every point that's available to you. These 3 points definitely will get Maritime kind of back in the game, kind of give them a bit of energy again. They still probably have times off the kickoff to try and create one more opportunity. So let's see if he can put it through the post.
Kick is up, and it's good. And that will be the half time. In an engaging first half, the Claremont College is the hosts here this afternoon in this NSCRO Region 4 Championship game. They lead Cal Maritime Keelhaulers 17 points to 8. Ray, quick comment before we go to break.
Yeah, I suppose what's the difference between the two teams? I think set pieces letting Maritime down just in terms of their execution, and their last pass is just letting them down. But Claremont are taking every opportunity they got. Every time they went into the 22, into the opposition's 22, they're coming away with points, and that's huge, So this second half now will be very interesting. The first 10-15 minutes, it really comes down to who can control possession. I think who can get the dominance in the set piece. It's key. But really good contest here. This game definitely isn't over.
No, it's all to play for. And there's a trip to Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado for the winner. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we'll have all the second half action from the Claremont colleges. It's Claremont leading 17 points to 8. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Come away with it, and it's Conrad. And a flag flies. Should be man-up opportunity coming up here for Virginia. And they're deadly there. Well, score! We've got a one-goal game. It's 11-10 with 2:13 to go here in the third.
Yeah, you wonder about the energy level of Cornell, and you wonder if Coach Kerwick wants to take a timeout, kind of let them get a breather, because when you have to play this tempo for 60 minutes, guys are going to start to get tired. You're going to start putting guys in that might not have kind of logged the minutes that you would want them to log before going into a game like this.
Welcome back to the campus of the Claremont Colleges, Claremont, California. Beautiful Sunday afternoon, and it's a championship Sunday. Halftime score between the Claremont Colleges and Cal Maritime. Claremont's got the 17-8 lead. And Ray, it was an interesting first half. But let's talk real quickly here before we're underway about what today's game means. We've got 3 regional championships already set. The 3 of the 4 teams that we know are going to the Final Four. Xavier, who will play the winner of this game in the first semifinal of the national championship round, they come out of Regional 3. Tufts are out of Regional 1, which is the Northeast. And Louisiana State Alexandria, they were the champions of Regional 2. So we've got some very new teams making up the Final Four this year.
Yeah, it's great. It's nice to see these names of schools we haven't heard before, you know. And hopefully one of these 2 teams can fly the flag for Southern California.
All right, we're back underway here. Second half is underway. Claremont fields the ball through their second rower, Paul Slats. Pretty safe on all of the restarts today. And that's Clayton Toe once again making the gain line and getting it to support. McDonald shifts it out. That's Andrew Frick, the inside center. McDonald shows inside, goes outside. Good hard run there. Looked like the fullback up in the line. Here we go. Slats once again works the ball up.
Claremont holding on to the ball quite well here. Playing a little bit too deep for me, if I was to be told.
Pop ball. And that's out to Nick Urban, the number 8. Needs inside support, doesn't get it. The support players, though, come to the ruck. No counter ruck option there for Cal Maritime. That kick is blocked. Little box kick over the top attempted by Mejia.
Yeah,
Claremont.
no need for the 9 there to go and box kick, just keep it in hand.
This is number 6, Brian Rousey.
Turnover.
We're getting a whistle there, not releasing in the tackles, so the turnover will not stand. Claremont with the penalty.
I'd say they'll opt to the corner here.
A little bit out of range considering they're using makeshift goal kickers today. Both Spencer Swensrud and Brandon McDonald have attempted goals today. Only successful on 1 of 3. And that kick will find touch. We'll see Omar Rodriguez throw in for Claremont. And
yeah,
Ray, we've seen a good start here to the second half from Claremont. No real turnovers. They've been able to build pressure once again, get into their flow. So this is the way you want to begin a half.
Yeah, you want to control the ball and you want to kind of take the sting out of Maritime in terms of their intensity. I'm sure they're up for it now. They know that the next score can kind of bring them right back into the mix of it.
And they go to the front there to Urban. They'll hold it in there, get the rolling wall working. Lineout's over so the defenses can come up.
Maul goes to ground here. Going to play off the 10. Just inside the 10 again. To Reyes on a carry.
The option was good there. Defenses were up out wide, so they just played it back to that first pot in the lineout. Now they work it away. Mejia, McDonald goes inside. Tacks the line, gets in behind the defense. Referee John Neese making sure the back lines are onside.
That's Mejia's there, just having a little quick dart around the blind side. What you like to see from your 9, you like him to see if there's gaps there.
Claremont's looking to the short side once again. Now they go. Ball just pops out of that ruck. Mejia calling the strings. This is the tight head prop, Frankie Reyes. Got the whistle there.
Knock on there. A little bit, just got a little bit bogged down. You know, they got a good maul going there. Got good carries again. Probably Claremont a little close, which makes it easy for Maritime to kind of put bodies on bodies there. Probably Claremont need to get that little bit wider so that they kind of suck in defence a little bit more.
Yeah, sort of attacking the 10 channel rather than the 9 channel.
Exactly, and that's a lot to do with Maritime's defence. They're hard up, they get off the line, they force you to go back inside. So, hopefully...
a points decision to Maritime. We got the whistle there, and that's going to be a penalty against Claremont. The scrum, the front row on this loose head side, Colton Coss on the angle into the scrum.
Yeah, and it's a hard one. It's really, the loose head really has got to stay square there, particularly when the referee's on that side. You can't be going in, as they say. It's just an easy soft penalty to let Maritime off the hook.
We got our first replacement of the game here this afternoon. Keegan Steele, tight head prop from Cal Maritime. He's going to be replaced by the 23, Matt Gordon. Yesterday afternoon in the game against Angelo State, when Gordon came on, he had a big impact on how the scrum was working. So we'll see how he goes this afternoon in this final match, Region 4. That ball's over the top, cleaned up though.
Not straight again.
But not straight, yeah. It
is a little bit difficult here, Ray. Like, it's hard to probably see. You think you see sunny blue skies, but it's actually quite windy here. It kind of swirls around this ground a little bit hard for the throwers to find their men.
Now, we certainly saw that yesterday afternoon when the cold front came through, and it was blowing a gale down the field in the final game. Claremont were able to handle those conditions pretty well. Going to have another go here at the scrum.
It's a great attacking opportunity now again for Claremont. Right area of the field. Realistically here, there's a short blind side. I wonder if they'll attack the blind going right. 8 pick, Urban's good.
Mahea with the field. Urban goes to the short side. Doesn't get too far. Gets over the gain line, but not too deep into the territory. Now Claremont again looking to build pressure now. Just to pick a drive off the edge there. Good counter ruck attempt here from Cal Maritime.
Looks like Maritime have it turned over maybe.
No, penalty to Claremont.
A good fight at the breakdown there. Just Maritime probably losing those decisions from the referee at breakdown time. They're competing hard. It's tough.
Yeah, it looked like one of the Cal Maritime forwards off the side of the ruck. Whenever you're entering a ruck, counter-rucking or on attack, you have to come through the proverbial gate. You have to come straight into that ruck. You can't come off the edges.
Yeah.
And it's a fine line how big that gate is.
Yeah, I suppose, and for those that don't know, the gate is 6 o'clock. You must come in at the 6 o'clock angle coming through your own side of the ruck. Otherwise you're deemed coming in from the side.
Good take there from Clayton Toe. Excellent throw from Rodriguez, and they drive it forward. Just skewed that off the edge. Now they hit it up.
Slats, good carry.
Paul Slats does
great defense, gets him on the secondary.
He does a lot of hard yards. McDonald, loose pass. Gator Adams cleans up. He pops through a gap, beats 2. Defense is holding him up, but he's driving closer. That could be a choke tackle. He looks like he's pretty well held up. And yes, we got the referee's whistle.
Yeah, good. Poor hands there by Frick. He should have caught that one at 12. Good awareness by Adams to make sure that he picked it up, got good gain line, but Maritime does well there, just kind of choking that tackle out and turning over the ball. Pressure situation.
Yeah, he's actually extended that. I think there may have been a little bit of back chat there for the decision on the choke tackle there, and he's penalised Claremont. He's having a quick word there to the skipper, Sean Pine.
Yeah, I think he's calling in both skippers. There must be a little bit of needle out there, as we call it. Needle is part of the game, so it's but obviously it's just getting a little bit out of control there, and the referee's just trying to set his authority there and kind of stamp it out. So
yeah, no reversal of that. Looks like in that melee, which is the French word for scrum, for all of those internationalists amongst us, that scrum has gone up. Yeah, the Cal Maritime team on the attempted turnover knocked the ball on, so that's why we have the Claremont feed to the scrum after our little team talk there from the referee. So we continue. Claremont at excellent attacking position. McDonald standing almost straight back behind the scrum. Gator Adams out to the left. Good shunt left.
Good wheel there from Maritime. They cut down the option.
McDonald steps inside, links with his forwards. They need to maintain possession.
There's room here short side if they can get hands out to Urbans all on his own.
They're close to that try line. Mahia pops it out. Gator Adams driving, and he needs two more defenders, and he is through the defense. Gator Adams, second try of the game. Once again, a lot of work to do, but he got the job done.
Yeah, I think, again, it's just Maritime are finding it hard to deal with these kind of big runners close in. They need to get those, double tackle them really to stop their momentum. Gator Adams is doing a huge amount of damage on the gain line. And I think if Gator didn't score there, I think there was opportunity still to keep going same way. Maritime just running out of numbers there in terms. And look, it's in the pressure area, which is kind of I like to see as packs take over and just kind of use keep it tight and secure the ball. But Maritime now, they need to open up the wheels here a little bit and actually start to attack Claremont out wide, and they need the next score to get back in this game.
Definitely need the next score, but the first thing about that is Claremont has dominated possession for the first 10 minutes of the second half.
They have, and field position, Ray, which is even more important, I suppose, than actually having the ball. You know, it's just it creates so much pressure when you're in your own 22. You need to get out. Maritime badly need to get into their 22, into Claremont's 22, and build some pressure.
NSCRO would like to thank Brandon Johnson and everybody here at the Claremont Colleges for all the work they've done to host this fantastic event. Good on you, everybody at the Claremont Colleges. Got a great staff, great crew, have done a great job. Now we're back at live play.
Urban again with the catch.
Nick Urban's had a fine game this afternoon. Now they come out. Toe, once again, into the gain line. Just goes straight at the line of defence. Comes out. Little show and go there. That's Frick. It's well done. Now they come back. A little loose pass. With the left-footed kick, Brandon McDonald right down to Kevin Huntsman.
They
Huntsman's
get a little bit
attack.
of good chase. That's Urban. Great tackle in open space there. Good kick chase. Maritime still have the ball.
Got a penalty advantage going down on the ground. Claremont. We'll see how this works.
I think they'll go back to the penalty.
Absolutely. Claremont player going down onto the ground in the tackle, so we're going to come back here for the penalty to Cal Maritime.
Yeah, good kick, good relieving kick there by Brendan. He just needed to probably, they just need to be a little bit more disciplined there. I think sloppy penalty there allows Maritime now get back good field position here. And it might be the catalyst for Maritime to build a score here.
Good kick to touch there. Tumasimi finds his touch.
Looks like Henry Way has just made his way onto the field. Another big, strong ball carrier. I believe he had a great impact when he came onto the field yesterday.
Now Henry Way has come into the hooker role. Number 6, Brian Rousey, now playing loose forward, converted from the wing. He'll have a spell here. And I think Omar Rodriguez is probably going to shift to a loose forward spot here. Now they go wide.
Yeah, good line out there by Maritime. Go full width now and coming back with their phases.
Tomasimi links up with Brula. Now it comes out. This is Huntsman. Check that. That's the number 4, Matt Myers.
Claremont got a little bit narrow there in their D. Good cover tackle by Urban.
Good counter-ruck from Claremont. The ball's there loose. Claremont regained possession through their captain, Sean Pine. Excellent pressure. Little kick over the box. That's going to be difficult, and yes, it's knocked down. Brendan McDonald with the take. And now Claremont really trying to sew this game up early in the second half. Applying great pressure. It'll go to the forwards once again. And that's Slats once again with the pressure. He's been having hit up after hit up this afternoon.
Newman Wee.
Good hands, kept it alive. It's good pressure. Little hold of the ball there from McDonald. Urban nearly finds the gap. Claremont still maintain possession. This is the replacement, number 17, Brian Wall. And they're going to be penalised there for holding on. Got a little isolated there. One thing the referees have been very consistent about this whole weekend is that isolation, and if the defender has all rights to it, they're going to earn them.
Yeah, and again, that came from good little box kick there by Mays, and good chase there by Brendan at 10. But I think they missed an opportunity here with Urban. They had a 4-on-2. Urban went for the carry. I think it's just a little bit of vision, a little bit of hands. He could have put the winger away. Easy score. Maybe might come back to haunt him.
Good take there at the front by Bulich. They got a good drive going here right now. Claremont's pretty unbalanced in their maul defense here. They got the drive on. Ball's at the back, and now they go. Early pressure. This is the winger, DeBarco. Got him going sideways. Good tackle there from Andrew Frick. Big winger like that, you've got to get him going sideways. Now the cut inside. Little released ball there. Now Claremont's got the turnover. Out wide
there. I think it was not forward in the tackle. Very good line speed there off Claremont. They kind of shut all that wide space down by getting off the line. And Maritime struggling to get over the gain line. It kind of leads your defence really then in the driving seat if the attacking team really can't get over the gain line.
Now we had the penalty on the far side of the field. The referees checked. It was a little high, that tackle. No malice, so just the penalty. McDonald takes the ball up into the green zone of Cal Maritime.
I believe, Ray, that you coached here once upon a time.
Yes, this is where my rugby career in the United States started, in the Claremont colleges back in 1979. Actually refereed my first game of rugby on this pitch.
It's not a bad field to referee.
No, it is nice and level. I like that. My legs worked a lot better back then. All right, enough of that silliness. We're back to live action. Claremont, good drive here. Now they take it out. McDonald shows it inside. Good inside ball.
Connor Liner, great line on the inside of the 10. Just needs to hold on to ball there. Doesn't need to offload, turnover.
Now all that good work, Connor Liner. It's always a good option, and they'll see the penalty in the tackle infraction. Penalty will go to Cal Maritime. They'll relieve pressure. But it's a great play. I love utilizing the wingers on the inside when you're going against the big forwards because there's always gaps. But unfortunately, Connor just tried to make a pass he didn't need to make.
Yep.
Would have been much better setting it up and having that next series of phases.
I'm sure the coaches are scratching their head because there is a space there. There's always a space inside the 10 as long as your 10 attacks square. So blindside wingers could really need to utilise that space on the inside. Done all the damage. He just needs to hold the ball there, build a couple of phases, and they'll get a better opportunity. No need to force it.
Pressure at the front of the line out there. But there was contact there from the Claremont jumper. That was the number 8, Nick Urban. He was trying to contest for that ball against his opposite number, John Bulich. Contact early in the line out, so the penalty is awarded to Maritime. They'll take play forward into Claremont's territory. They haven't had a lot of opportunities inside Claremont's half here in the second half. We're coming up on the 20-minute mark, halfway through the second half. Claremont have the 22 points to 8 lead over the Keelhaulers.
Yeah, good kick there by Tusamimi. They really need to score here now. If they make it, if they can make a drive here and build a score, sets them up.
George Petrucci with the line out win. Now it comes out. Little step inside. Tries to link with his inside centre Munoz. But the pressure's all from Claremont. And we're going to have a forward pass there.
Yeah, hard one. It's not many people saw it. It actually kind of just came off Frick there. I think it kind of hit him in the body and then went forward just marginally maybe for Brendan McDonald there. gosh, if that went to hand, he probably was away.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We were right in line with that call, and referee John Neese was spot on with that call. So the scrum will go to Cal Maritime. And the reality of this situation is right now is Cal Maritime is going to have to make a statement here and be the next to score, because if Claremont gets the next tries, this game could well and truly be over.
Yeah, I think just Claremont have the defensive setup.
They got it outside. Now he's picked it up. I don't think... Oh, great cover defending tackle. Wasn't held in the tackle, so he kept going.
Great ankle tap tackle there from the 10.
And that was Spencer Stensrud with the pickup off the ground.
Try-saving tackle.
That was a big defensive play. I thought Stensrud was away, but the defense got to him, just ankle tapped. He wasn't held. So now we're going to take a line out here. So close there for Claremont to put another try on the board.
Yeah, Tusami, he just got Swensrud there and the ankle tap. Try-saving tackle. Great skill if you can execute it.
Shane Bracken with the throw for Cal. They'll bring it down. Number 5, George Petrucci. He's their go-to guy in the lineouts if they want to set something up in the middle.
Claremont bring it to ground.
Now it goes back. The fly half to Musimi. Finds his touch. Claremont will have the throw into the lineout. Still in Cal Maritime territory, right about 30 meters out from their try line.
Yeah, it's so important there when you're trying to exit as a 10. Obviously, their 10 is a right footer, and he got the ball on the left, so didn't get any yardage, you know, going forward.
There's Urban at the front of that line out once again. Still a maul. Now they come away with it. That's through Omar Rodriguez. He's shifted the flanker. Little stab kick
McDonald
through.
Just saw space in behind.
That ball's juggled. Good try, Frick. No, they're coming back for the penalty.
Great vision there by McDonald. He saw that the full back was in the line, so there was space in behind to just nudge one through, just probably put a little bit too much on it.
That was the only difference. It was the execution was almost perfect. So that was an excellent little kick. We saw him do this yesterday against the University of Dallas. He has all of the kicking options, which, to be honest, is pretty unusual at this level of rugby. He's got a lot of good ideas, and he asks difficult questions of the defence.
Well, I think it's great. I was a lefty myself when I played a long time ago now, and not very well, might I add. But a lot of what I notice of Brendan, he's a lefty. It's very hard to defend a lefty. And it allows you to actually off to right to left, so use that left foot quite effectively, and it's hard for defences because 90% of the time they're coming up against right footers, so he's got a bit of touch in him for a big man, as they say.
No, the burly fly half.
That's the word.
The lineout's played. Cal Maritime clear it down. Going to track back there. This will be Nick Gott, the fullback. Take the ball right in the middle of the field. Good kick chase, though, from Cal Maritime.
Brilliant line speed there from Maritime, yeah.
Yeah, they had a full line of defence up. Gott's done very well to maintain possession, though.
Space on here in the left if they can just loosen it.
And Frankie Ray is with the hit up. Now they want to go
just
wide.
Go through hands here is all they need to do.
17, Brian Wall. Once again, a little chip kick. Will that find open field? Yes, it does. Play will move up. Possibly one phase too many through the forwards there. They had the opportunity, but still not a bad result.
You can see it here, like it's safe play. I can see what Claremont are doing. They're playing that a little bit safe. But obviously, look, you know as well as I do, to win championships and to go all the way, you need to be recognising those space. They had a 4-on-1 there. They really need to go through hands and to put more pressure.
Good steal there from Claremont. Nick Urban got up, took that ball. Tidied up by the skipper, Sean Pine. Now they hit it up. Omar Rodriguez playing a little wider now out of the hooker roll. That's Henry Wee. Just pops off his shoulder. McDonald cleans that one up. They set possession.
Coming back here to the left on the weak side. Again, they have opportunities here if they can kind of get a couple of bodies over.
Counter ruck there, though, from Maritime, and they get possession. They've got numbers out wide on this side. Huntsman drops the ball to him. Now he comes through. No, we're coming back for a penalty. Referee had already played advantage, and we are coming back for a penalty to Cal Maritime. Holding on in the ruck is the call against Claremont. So there we go. And Ray, I will say, left-handers, they create problems. You wouldn't believe the problems.
Left-footers, you mean?
Left-footers?
Left-handers.
Left-handers in cricket. No. I could not stand a left-hand quick bowler. Oh, he had me baffled every time.
Well, it just sets you up a different way because most people are right-footers, so they understand defending a right-footer. On the left side, I presume it's the same in baseball as well. It just kind of puts you off a little bit, and you tend not to defend it correctly, and they can find more space. Dan Carter, obviously one of the best fly halves in the world with the All Blacks, was a lefty.
That's right. Good win there from Bullock in the line out. Now they've gone wide. That's the center. Ricky Munoz sets ball. Tumasimi just finds an outside forward looping around. Looked like Chase Cirillo. And that's the number 5, George Petrucci.
Maritime have space here wide if they can get it wide. Great
really
tackle by
good
Urban.
Tackle. Nick Urban got up very quick, and the counter ruck's on for Claremont. This has been one of the most effective areas of the game for
Just
Claremont.
hands here now.
Mahia needs to find a support player. He'll take the tackle. The skipper comes in and tidies up off the edge. Just drives it into the defense of Cal Maritime.
Again, Claremont go through their phases. Ball carry, secure possession.
Slats with the carry
it's nice
there.
And safe.
This is Swensrud, beats one, comes to the defense. Good tackle there at the back from the fullback, Kevin
Great
Huntsman.
tackle. Claremont have a penalty advantage here now, so they can build a play. They really need to go for a play here.
Bullock came through very quickly there. We're coming back for a high tackle, a high shot on Swensrud, so penalty to Claremont. So we continue to count down the second half here. Coming up to about 10 minutes left in this game. Claremont with the 22 points to 8 lead. My name is Ray Veers, and I'm joined by Ray Egan. We're bringing you this championship game, the PacWest Regional 4 Final.
I don't think McDonald could get more direct into touch there than possible. But again, I think Claremont, they're playing a little bit safe, and they're playing around the edges, but they're very effective on their ball carries, and their ball carriers are getting over the gain line, and they're sucking in Maritime quite a bit. I think there's space out wide for Claremont if they can utilise their hands a little bit more. It's just hard to see where Maritime are finding a score. Claremont are winning all the 50-50s.
Yeah, and Maritime have only spent about 5-10% of this game in the Claremont half. The game has been played fully in Maritime's half. Urban down at the back of the line out does secure it. It was a little untidy, but Claremont go. And that ball is stripped, playing, not releasing the man in the tackle. So this was a problem yesterday in both the games. We haven't seen it called too much today, so the teams have worked hard to release the tackler, but that was pretty clear. The Cal Maritime forwards did not release the tackler.
Yeah, it's a hard one, you know. So if you're the assist, if you're not the main tackler and you're the next defender beside him, you really have to allow the tackle nearly to happen before you go after the ball. Or if you're the assist in the tackle, must go to ground and must be a clear release. I think that's where guys are getting stuck in terms of just getting their hands on the ball.
And just to update you on that third and fourth place match this morning, it was a cracking game of rugby. Angelo State maintains and extends their undefeated run against the University of Dallas. It was a close game with only about 6-7 minutes to go. Dallas were leading 24-22, but 2 late tries to Angelo State. They saw them run away 32-24 winners over the University of Dallas. And just want to congratulate all those teams, their coaching staffs, and all the supporters for making their way out here to California and really putting up a great show and representing Texas proudly.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game to watch, end-to-end, side-to-side stuff, and Angelo stayed. Big, powerful team, came back late, a great win.
Now, it just shows you the quality. You know, these small schools, you know, they don't recruit big athletes. They don't have active recruiting programs like a big program like a Berkeley, the military academies, schools like that. But they really work hard. They produce a great result, and you can really tell the passion and the desire these teams have for the game of rugby.
Penalty there. Maritime going on the angle with their loose head. Yeah, it's like the recruiting. I presume both these colleges are the same here, Claremont and Maritime. It's you've got to pick with the guys that are within the college, you know, and they do some great work. And you credit hats off to the coaches, because a lot of these guys are learning the game from the start.
Off the quick tap, Clayton Toe hits it up into the defence. Little slow ball there. Forwards will probably want to have a pot here. It's popped back. McDonald has the ball. Little dart inside. Mahia. Now it's out to the replacement lock, Brian Wall.
We on the carry. They're setting it into this left-right pod, trying to create some go forward and suck in the defenders, hopefully to spring it out wide a little bit.
Oh, if they could spread it wide, it looks like a under-7 soccer game right now. Everyone's crowded around under the posts. Width.
Yeah, again, Ray, like, you know, and Claremont have done a really good job in terms of, you know, hitting around the fringes and doing that. Where they need to get better is actually trying to release that ball that we all can see here, where they've got the outside space, and then walk-in tries. You know, again, you know, it's really down to the defence. If the defence can meet you on the gain line, then you're kind of running out of options. They're doing all the damage, sucking in the defenders, making them very narrow. But they need to see that space on the outside and exploit it.
And that really is the key, is understanding when to exploit those spaces.
Like you said at the beginning of the broadcast, you know, you got to earn the right to go wide. So they've earned the right. You know, they've done all the damage up front. They just need to pull the trigger and go wide.
All right, Cal Maritime need a good solid scrum here. Ferrigno with the feed. Oh, tight head. Turnover. Nick Urban takes it off the back. That's where that set phase dominance is happening. They think he might have scored, but I think he's going to check.
Referee's going to see. Yellow carding one of the Maritime players for not releasing in the tackle. Not giving the try. Once you go to ground on the tackle, you must release straight away.
So, adding more pain to the pressure. Maritime will play with one man down, and that's the
huge space here on the right.
Reyes. Now they just need to go with it. There you go.
Just fix and give. There you go.
And there it is.
There's the space that we talked about.
He'll check with the touch judge, make sure there was nothing untoward in the placing of that ball.
Forward pass.
Forward pass. Oh. There was a little delay there.
But that's what they need to do, you know. They've done the hard work. You know, that was the right option, right decision to go right. Just need to execute a little better. Let off the hook for Maritime. And by the way, Maritime, it's only 22-8. I think we've 8 minutes left on the clock. You know, one quick score, gosh, that brings them right back into it and brings them into a one-score game. You know, they're not out of this.
No, they need to string together a little bit of possession. That's the key, is just getting the ball and start to make things happen. And they'll start with this scrum. Good pressure, though, from the loose forwards from Claremont. They got up very quickly off that scrum.
Yeah, Bullich no option. Poor kick now here. Claremont need to create that pressure.
Gator Adams. Nick Gott. Will he have the speed? Yes, he will. He will score in the corner off of that kick. Didn't have enough purchase on that kick. It ended up in midfield. They were able to field it cleanly. And Gator Adams set it up, gave the support pass out to Nick Gott, who scores the try in the corner. Claremont extends their lead, 27 points to 8, kick to come. And that's been coming for a long time, right?
Yeah, I think kudos there, guys, to the front five from Claremont. They got a great scrum there, and they got the left shoulder angle, which is up on the left-hand side. Bullich had no opportunity to get around. He's having to come around the scrum to try and carry out. And then I think Clayton got a great tackle there, put him on a huge, massive pressure. You know, that's where the kick into got and took their opportunity. Great score, all from D.
NSCRO and its top sponsor, the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company, are working together to grow and support the small college rugby community. Now learn more about our mission and find out how you can become part of the Penn Mutual and NSCRO team. Now visit www.pennmutual.com rugby to learn more. And that conversion was unsuccessful. 27 points to 8, about 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, Rodriguez showing us that he can do it all. He's effective on the carry, the hooker, and he's taking the conversions there. This kid can move mountains.
Now Rodrigo Mejias, he's a junior. They will have him back again. And it is a bit of a concern now. You look at Claremont. I mean, this may be their year. You really think about it. Their second rows and their whole back row are seniors. So they're going to need replacements for those guys next year. The good news is, as we watch here, Cal Maritime get the turnover. Ricky Munoz takes the ball up. The good news for Claremont is their whole back line comes back next year.
Yeah, I think probably Claremont had a great opportunity last year when they got to the final. Just came up short with a few injuries in the semi-final and just ran out of probably bodies. They have great opportunity here. Claremont need to make that push. But obviously I think they have to do quite a bit of recruiting for next year and try and replace this pack.
Now that'll be the big challenge for Claremont.
Hey, no worries, Abe. No worries, Abe.
And we do have a replacement for Claremont right now. Abraham Asante, number 22, has gone onto the wing. He's replaced number 11, Gator Adams. Gators had, I'll check that.
I think
Gators got into the centers. He's gone into the centers.
Swenzard must have come off, I think.
Yes, it looks like
13.
Spencer Swensrud has left the field. Gator Adams, where we saw him play last year in the national championship game, he's gone into the centers with Asante on the wing. Another great steal there from Nick Urban. He has owned the front of the line out. Beats 2, beats 3. Great covering tackle from John Bullich. The number 8's lock horns again.
Great game, a great game. Urban's had all game. He's, like you said, owned that front of the line out. Such an athletic ball carrier.
Going to play the pod game here. Clayton Toe takes it up. Now this is where they want to go one pod wider. No, that's going to be a penalty
slow.
there. Isolated. Just took it up. Didn't have the support right off of his hip. So that's going to be a penalty.
Hang on.
Yeah, it's one of the areas where Maritime have actually done fairly well and is getting their hands in and on the ball. A lot of teams kind of go past the ball and put their hands on the ground and then try and work their way back to the ball. But Maritime are very disciplined and try and get that second man in on the ball.
Over. At the back as well.
Claremont's getting ready to make another change, but the line out will occur first. It comes down. This is the prop, Isaac Carroll.
Good win at the middle of the line out. Good. Go forward. That's what they've been lacking. Can they build something from here?
That was the replacement, Gordon. Pops out. They keep it going wide. Good work there from the winger, Chris Chesney, but he finds his touch. Claremont's defence was solid on the far side.
Yeah,
now we got a couple more replacements coming in for Claremont. Justin Blanson has come into the game. And actually, they can't come into the game right now because there was a little bit of random confusion there, but everything's good now. That's Bulich driving forward. CJ Ferrigno. They're going to penalise Claremont. Just obstruction there, just not clearing the tackle area.
Yeah, I think there's the confusion there. Claremont were trying to bring on 2 players, and Maritime went for a quick line-out. So it was one for 5 seconds there was 17 men on the field.
Yeah, it was a very strange moment there. Mass confusion.
Hang on a second. Wait. It depends if Clayton. I know.
So we're taking a look right now. The injured player for Claremont's Clayton Toe. Certainly a player you would have in Man of the Match award calculations.
Oh, I think there's a handful of them. A lot of guys there that are doing really well. I think Rodriguez, Reyes has had a fine game on the carry. Slats has been everywhere, and Clayton and Urban in that back row. I think very dynamic.
I'd probably lean towards, for all of the general work he's done, he's got a try. Admittedly, Gator Adams has got a brace, but I think Nick Urban today has really led the way from the number 8 position. It was always going to be a great battle between Urban and John Bulich from Cal Maritime, and I think the points decision has to go to Nick Urban.
You have to give it to Nick. I think a lot of it came from the set piece quality, Bulich was just unable to try and get away and do the damage we know he can do. But yeah, my man of the match as well, Ray, would be Nick Urban. Fantastic game.
We continue with the play here. Claremont counter-rucking, but they are unsuccessful. Cal Maritime come away with the ball. That's the replacement, number 23, Matt Gordon. The replacement scrum half, Jacob Jagelski, is now on for Cal Maritime. He replaces CJ Ferrigno.
Claremont just turned over the ball there in contact. Stripped the big number 23, Gordon. Now they go through their phases again.
Feedback, put it to touch.
That nudge through, that's going to find touch
Kick
on
to
the
touch.
fly. But that will be full time. So the Claremont Colleges will be making their way to Glendale, Colorado, Infinity Park, for the Final 4 of the NSCRO Championships. They come away 27-8 winners over a very brave and game Cal Maritime team. Congratulations must be sent to Steve Hyatt, the head coach at Cal Maritime, Ed Roberts and Mike Conn, the assistant coaches. Everybody with that program. They've had a marvelous season. They've just come up a little short this afternoon, whereas Claremont, their coaching staff of Jeremy Ognall, Scott Bracken, and the aforementioned Ray Egan has done well. They've made it back-to-back finals, and now, Ray, the decision is here. Claremont is the champions of the PacWest Championship Region 4. What do they need to do in Glendale go one further and win the championship?
I think a lot of it comes down to what we were talking about during the game is earning that right to go wide. Their set piece held up well against a very good, strong Cal Maritime set piece today. And defensive line out, I think, created a huge amount of opportunities and starved Maritime of that possession that they needed to get on the front foot. I think that's what they need. I think Claremont need to use their pack. They need to concentrate on their set piece and build a lot of their structures off that set piece. They're very good in line out. They're decent scrum, but we need to challenge teams a little bit wider. The good teams, you're coming up against 3 good teams now in Glendale. We need to be able to hit up hard, a little bit wider in the BC channel, and then we need to exploit that space that we've created out in the edges. They need to put those away. Maritime weren't able to capitalise on those today, but I think that's probably the biggest area of improvement for the Claremont boys.
So in a single word, Claremont needs to be clinical.
Single word, clinical. I like it.
All righty. We're going to take a quick break right now. We're going to have the presentations of our trophies in just a couple of minutes, so we're going to take a quick step away. Claremont are the Region 4 PacWest champions for the second year running, following their 27 points to 8 victory over Cal Maritime. Stick around, it's celebration time.
I'll do the interview. We'll just throw it to a real quick break, like 30 seconds, and then I'll come back, get on the headsets, and close it out. Just face that camera. Oh, no, you're still on the trophy. Okay, thank you. Is this good? Yeah. Should be from here on. Otherwise, I'll have to play out the kids. And then I'm just gonna, I'll do the quick interview, then. All right, I'm here with the winning captain, Claremont College's, Sean Pine. Payne or Pine?
Pine. That's what I called you all day. I should have known that right now. Well, congratulations. Back-to-back PacWest champions. A great win today. I really think it was your forwards that set the platform.
Now, I think what we pride ourselves on is toughness across the board. So, we'd like to say it's the forwards that are in there pounding the ball, that are in there making those tackles, that are in there winning those rucks, but it's not. Our small guys, our backs, they're in there. They're just as tough as the rest of us. So I think that's a whole team effort, not just the forwards.
No, I will concede your whole team does put in the hard yards. So now you're going back to Glendale. You were there last year. You came up just a little short in the national championship game. It's all new players this year. 3 new teams. You're the senior team going to Glendale. How's that going to fit into the picture?
Well, I feel like that means there's a target on our back. That we have a history there, and I think this time we'd like to go back and we'd like to make sure that that we don't have the same thing happen again. So, we got a nice week off, rest up, got a lot of guys that were hurt this week. So we're coming back, the senior team, and we're coming back ready to do something special.
All right, congratulations once again on the win today, and the best of luck in Glendale.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Welcome back to the Claremont Colleges. It's celebration time and time for the awards presentation. Let's turn it over to the Director of Intramural Athletics here at the Pomona College, I believe, of the 5 colleges here at Claremont, Pomona College. And that would be Brandon Johnson.
Hello and welcome to the Claremont Colleges. You aren't going to have sound. Thank you so much for coming today and representing the colleges. There's no sound. It's just for... First and foremost, thank you for representing your schools and coming to the Claremont colleges this weekend for this great event of rugby and the beautiful weather we've had here. Thank you to University of Dallas, Angelo State University, Cal Maritime Academy, and the Claremont colleges for this event and this exciting event of rugby we've had this weekend. I'd like to first recognize the University of Dallas and Coach Phil Cupins on their 4th place finish in this year's NSCRO PacWest Region Tournament. Unfortunately, Angelo State University had to leave a little early to get back on the road, but they were this year's 3rd place finisher at NSCRO PacWest Region. So congratulations to them. And now for this phenomenal final game we just witnessed here today, I'd like to represent Cal Maritime Academy and Coach Steve Hyatt for their great efforts today.
Great job. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And lastly, I'd like to welcome and congratulate this year's champions of the PacWest region, the Claremont colleges, and Coach Jeremy Ognall. All right, and now we'd like to recognize a few outstanding performances from this year's event. First and foremost, the MVP of this tournament, Nick Urban. And now to recognize a couple individuals that represent the heart and soul of their team for this championship game. First, for Cal Maritime Academy, John Belayesh. And now for the Claremont colleges, Gator Adams. Thank you again for attending this year's tournament, and have a great year.
Thank you. All right, Brandon Johnson, Intramural Sports Director at Pomona College, has got us all through the presentations. And it's been a great weekend down here in Claremont, Ray. The quality of the opposition, really good this year. Any final thoughts?
I think it's very encouraging, isn't it? Watching these games over the last 2 days. I think you can definitely see a shift, and you can definitely see, I suppose, the coaching coming through in these lads with the ability. Their set piece is better, their basic core skills are better, and it's producing quite an attractive game. So it's very encouraging to see these colleges, look at a program and look to develop these players. And some of these guys potentially may have an eagle in them in a couple of years, but the big thing is about they're playing rugby, and it's just about keeping it in the game after college, getting them into the club structure and kind of grow the game,
That is such a great challenge here, keeping guys involved in the game. Just before we sign off here, once again, hard luck to Steve Hyatt, the coach at Cal Maritime. He's got a great program here. He's been around the traps a lot of years, former Eagle player, done a great job with Cal Maritime, keeping them competitive. And also to Jeremy Ognall, Scotty Bracken at Claremont. Scotty, again, an Eagle. I believe he played with Steve Hyatt on the national
That's
team.
correct, yes.
So it's great to see these players that have represented the United States coming back and working hard to create young champions of the future.
Yeah, it's just giving back to the game. It's full circle, right? So we want these players, and we develop these players through youth and through college systems. They need to go back into the club game. They need to come back and be coaches. You know, that's probably where I see throughout the US is the biggest deficiency. We just need good quality coaches that are eager at progressing the game. That's the biggest footprint that you can have on all these players. There's kids out here who want to play. They just need to be coached correctly.
Well, that will do us here from the Claremont Colleges. A great weekend of rugby where the Claremont Colleges will return for the second year in a row to the NSCRO Final Four to be played in Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado in 2 weeks' time. They beat Cal Maritime 27 points to 8. For everybody here at the Claremont Colleges, our crew at TVX Productions did a great job of shooting the game and bringing you the pictures over the internet. For Ray Egan, Woody Fox yesterday, I'm Ray Veers. Thank you for joining us for this great weekend of rugby. They move on. The Claremont Colleges are going to Glendale. We'll see you up in Glendale in a couple of weeks' time.
Yes, we are, son.
Cavs come away with it, and it's Conrad. And a flag flies. Should be man-up opportunity coming up here for Virginia. And they're deadly there. Crouch, score! We've got a one-goal game. It's 11-10 with 2:13 to go here in the third.
Yeah, you wonder about the energy level of Cornell. You wonder if Coach Kerwick wants to take a timeout, kind of let them get a breather, because when you have to play this tempo for 60 minutes, guys are going to start to get tired. You're going to start putting guys in that might not have kind of logged the minutes that you would want them to log before going into a game like this.